Welcome back. Another episode of After Hours. However, this one is going to be a bit different. We're actually making something work better. So let's jump in and check out today's victim. What we've got here is a Sony Sony Alpha A6300. Not a bad camera. Let's go ahead and throw our lens cap on. Actually, I think we're going to pull the lens off for this one, and then what's it called? Pull the lens off and put the body cap on. However, what we're doing is these things. This is a whole lot of fun. It's like a game when you gotta try and get these through there, and you would think just put a loop, put a string through this and loop it around. Here, let me set this out of the way. You would think something simple, right? Get a wire tie or get a string. Get whatever you can to try and pull this thing through. Basically, same concept as threading a needle, right? So you would put something through there. Something a lot smaller than that, though. Okay, so let's go ahead. Alright, we're all focused up. Yeah, not so easy. Not so easy doing it that way. What these are the Peak Design anchors. They're a quick release mechanism, which we'll check out the strap here in a bit. But getting those through, specifically Sony cameras, is quite the task. You can see that we have here a Sony camera, and you can see that now, granted, they do tell you on a few posts that I found online that people had problems getting them into an A6500, A63, A7, A9. Well, I don't know about the A9. They smash this down, squeeze it so it's flatter and will fit through here. Okay, so we're going to cover how to attach these, how I did it to make it easier, and how exactly we accomplished this feat. But to do this, we're not going to just talk about how we did it, we're actually going to do it. So give me one moment to switch. Hopefully, when I switch, let me check this camera here. I need to go into the menu, and I'm going to see, hopefully it doesn't pull any audio when we turn it on. I need to see audio recording. Well, I guess that's just if we're recording, so we shouldn't need to worry about it. That being said, let's go ahead and we'll switch it off. We're going to switch over to this camera quick, so give me a moment here. We'll go to here and end up swapping out right on the stream. We can switch over to this camera. Alright, we've got one camera down. Let's put the other one up and get it powered up. And I think we should have a camera. Okay, we're back onto the Sony. Let's drop this down. Now, depending on your model of Sony camera, okay, depends on, some of these anchors are not made equal. Now, I saw that some people took and what they did was they kept these little flippy floppy things on here. So real quick, we're gonna play the game of let's clip one of these onto the camera and see what it sounds like. See if we can hear this thing flipping and flopping. Imagine that sound. Imagine that sound, okay, if you're trying to shoot video, if you could even actually hear that. So some people left those on, and they left them on with either just the metal itself, which let's take a closer look at that. They left them on with the metal, the little, basically like a key ring for a car, keys or house keys, but it's what your strap hooks do. That comes with your camera, and they have a version with the. If they don't have these little plastic pieces on, it's probably because they're lost, or maybe they just made these and then added the plastic later. I don't know the history of that. That's not what we're here about. We're here to get a quieter option installed on this. So let's zoom in, refocus. All right, so now we got to take this flippy floppy thing back off, and depending on the size of your anchor point on your camera, on your Sony camera, depends on how well or not well these Peak Design anchor points will work. So there they are. They are pretty awesome. Let's focus that. They are a quick release mechanism. Like I said, we'll check the strap out later, but for now we'll just take a look. They're quick release. You set them in here, you can press it down, and bang, your camera, if it were attached, is now connected to your strap, and it's unhooked. So imagine two of those. The anchor points work well too with Peak Design anchor plates. They have a spot where you can usually feed these through. And then lock it on, and then put your Arca compatible or whatever compatible version plate you have on the bottom of your camera. Hook this to your strap, or the clutch or the wrist strap, whichever version you happen to have. Not sponsored, by the way, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I just like these products. Anyhow, what we're about to do, I definitely don't recommend. However, after being challenged in the way that I was with getting these little anchors attached to my, or trying to attach, yeah, it was pretty impossible. So I'm going to go over a safe way to modify your camera if you want to. I think it's safe. Is it going to weaken it vastly shorten the life of the camera and the anchor points on it? I don't know. I don't think so. But let's check it out. Let's see what we can accomplish. I do have another set of those here, and they have this little card telling you if it's black, it's good, yellow, replace, red is unsafe. If it's wore through that far, that it may be unsafe. As far as pinching these with pliers, I've heard them, not heard, but I read that it was okay. I even had to do that with the measures I took, so imagine trying to do it without doing what I'm doing. It's going to be an even harder game. People were talking about getting out grease and soap and many other things. High pound test, fishing line, and other wire. What we're going to do is go over a way to make these holes a little bigger. So one, I'm going to find a drill bit that will fit through the anchor point and will be as tight as possible. Now, if you have a standard set that starts out at 1/16, 5/64, let's take a look at these. So if you have a standard set that starts out at 1/16, you might have two 5/64, 3/32, 7/64, 1/8, another 1/8, and 9/64, and on up. If you have a set that goes in that interval, that's what I'm using. It doesn't have to be a certain brand. But what I'm going to do to make this bigger, to make it easier to get that anchor through the anchor point, I'm going to find the drill bit that fits. Now this is a 3/32 bit, so I'm going to take a 7/64 and take a look at it and see, try and judge how much room will I lose? Is there enough room to drill and slightly clean that hole out without entirely weakening that anchor point to the point of failure? I believe there is. You might want to try, but it would take a lot longer and you might not get a perfectly round hole, as if you have a very small round file, which we do happen to have here. However, it doesn't fit. It stops. So you would be there, you'd probably file into your camera. Who knows? We're going to take our 7/64 bit. Now, granted, there is probably a couple sizes in between 3/32 and 7/64. However, I am trusting that there is still going to be room there after drilling. It really looks like it. I could end up just ruining this thing. I don't think I will, though. We got lots of room on both sides. Lots of room on that metal for a drill bit to go through. So we're going to go ahead and drill it and see. Will it work? Even the other set of drill bits here, it goes from 3/32 to 7/64. So we're going to get our, you gotta see this, our camera mechanic drill. That's right, it is a camera mechanic battery. I suggest using the camera mechanic brand like this if you're going to be doing this to your camera. So anyhow, what I did was basically held it down. Let's pull this arm out so we can get a shot of this on the edge. I need to know where I'm working at here. Okay. So, I'm going to drill slow. I don't want to fling metal shavings all over the camera. I do want to attempt to clean it off. And I don't recommend this, but this is how I'm going to get these on here without massively pinching these things with pliers. Come on, focus on. There it goes. I don't want to pinch these and flatten them out and risk busting the internal part of it or cutting through the outside by trying to pinch it too far. And in my experience, this is just first-hand experience. It doesn't count for every camera in the world, but specifically Sony's, they all have about this size anchor point, roughly. I mean, some have a little bit bigger there. Like you can go from this A5100 to the A6300 and see that there is a size difference. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna put. Actually, I think I need this. Yes, need it there, and then there. All right. Got the drill bit in. Now again, how I found the size before we just do this, everybody starts screaming. I found the bit that would fit through, already fit through. I didn't want it loose, like I'm not going to put a 1/16 bit. I found one that fits pretty well, and I didn't try the side that actually does the drilling and cutting. I am checking the side that gets chucked into the drill, okay? The non-drilling side. I checked that, and as well check the other. We want the one that fits tight, and after that I'm going to step up one size. 3/32 to 7/64. Again, if you're trying this on a 5100, check your settings. I don't have a side view. What we're going to do is drill nice and slow through here. Alright, and there you have one done. What I'm going to do now to clean up those burrs is I'm going to go up a size or two past 7/64, which would put us at about 9/64 on your average drill kit. We will chuck that into the drill as well. After we get it tight, we will go ahead and put our drill in reverse, and we're going to run it backwards. We can go forward slightly, but without pressure. Just to spin it on there to clean those burrs off, and then I'm going to actually turn the camera over and do the side where the handle is. That was forward. Now we will go in reverse. That has cleaned all the burrs off of the outside. Now, because drill bits don't cut perfect, they do cut good. We will go ahead. Let's take a close look at this. File fits. It does fit a little better. We will. I just want to file a little bit, scuffing up the rubber handle. So, does anybody want to buy a Sony camera? Perfect, like new, never used. You can trust it. Trust me, it's good. It's good. No, I'm just kidding. They're not for sale. I am going to clean this off fairly good afterwards. I want to make sure that I don't have any metal shavings going into ports, going around where the body cap comes off of the camera. So that's one side done. Let's go ahead. We're going to clean out the other side here. Granted, you might be able to tell the difference. I doubt it, but hey, let's see. So oh, right. This 1/8. Alright, so that's our 1/8 bit. This is our 7/64. It does now fit through. I got the two bits mixed up. It does fit through. It spins pretty freely. I mean, fingers aren't as powerful as a drill, but it does now spin. It's been cleaned out a little bit. We cleaned up the burrs on the edges, which let's see if we can get it to focus. How close will you focus, Sony? That seems about it, like our maximum. You can see that that edge is beveled a little, as well as that one. Not as much so because the camera body's there and I didn't want to get the drill in and rip the rubber up too bad. We'll go ahead and spin it again slightly. Okay, that's one side. Let's go ahead and do side. We've got one done. Let's go for number two. Zoom this back out. Okay. Before we do it, let's change our drill bit back to the size that, again, 32nd bit. That fits nice and tight. You cannot put this other one through there. No way, no how. Neither end. It's got to be drilled. And then when you put 3/32 in now, you have a lot of play compared to this one, which when you put it through there, not much play at all. So we know 3/32 will fit. Let's put it back, going up to the next size, 7/64 in your standard kit, and we will drill this one out. Seven 7/64 is through. We're going to grab one step up, or sorry, two steps up, not eighth. We're going to 9/64 on this one. We will chuck it in. Alright, chucked in, and now we're going to attempt to cut a bevel. As you can see, there's no real bevel on that edge right there. We're going to attempt to do that now. We'll try the best we can here. We're just going to spin it slightly and then back it up. Let's flip the camera around and we will go for the other side as well. Trying to get all those metal shavings, drill bit shavings. Let's put our file through. We're going to clean this up a little bit internally in case any of it is rough. The file's probably actually rougher than the drill bit. You could do it this way and it would take forever cleaning that hole out with a file if you had a small one that went all the way through. The problem with this one is it jams. It jams up part way up the taper. It doesn't go to where it's all the same size the whole way. down the file so it jams on the taper, so you don't have much room to work the file. But if you had a small enough one to get through there, you could take and file this out. You can make a lot of dust, and yeah, not recommended. You won't get a nice round hole, but hey. I'm just trying to clean out any burrs that may have been left in there from the drill bit. Let's go ahead and do the other side now. Again, I think we already did this one, but we'll go over it again. We're going to hit it lightly from each side to let's back out or go in? Go in. Now, granted, these are not going to fit wonderfully, being that we had to step down. This, I'll show you here in a moment. Alright, metal shavings, be gone. Now we're going to need to get these. We still have to flatten them. Smash them until there's nothing left of them. But I do have, I don't know if this is going to work. We might have to smash it even further. Let's see if it's going to fit through. Not a chance. Okay, so it does fit through there with a little force. But let's try and use our metal to pull a strap through. First, I'm guessing we are going to have to flatten it somewhat, but I just don't want to have to squeeze it like crazy and destroy it. Let's see if we can fit it through there, or even close without. Yeah, not even close. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this attached. I'm thinking it's going to be a near impossible task to pull this through here like this even, and it is. Really, those holes need to be massively bigger, or we smash the ever-loving crap out of our little anchor point. Let's take it back and squeeze it. I'm not trying to cut it, but we're going to smash it fairly flat on the one end. And see, does that help? Does that stand a chance? Okay, so we're getting some. Not enough, but some. We did get some leeway. Does Peak Design make smaller versions of these? I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. So it's basically like wax cord, what you're pulling through there. What do we think? Is there enough left on that anchor point to clean it out again and it still be reliable. I don't know how I feel about that. Would it last? Last another size up. Where do we go with it? Do we go 1/8? Yeah, I'm not feeling going to 1/8. That seems like they'd leave nothing left. So I say we and that also is one problem there. It's going to be cut into the hand grip, kind of, sort of. I don't know. Straps that aren't so noisy, or anchor points that aren't so noisy with these, or metal things. Still with all the trouble, I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to say no to the metal things, and we will work it out. We'll get it through there. Now, granted, we can just attach to one point here of our Arca plate that's down there, or quick clip plate. We could attach one there and one to one. Nah, I want them both up here on the edges. So let's see. I'm really taking a close look here. I'm going to pull it up on the monitor. Boy, I don't know. What do you think? Can we go through one a little bit bigger? Will 1/8 kill us? 1/8. I don't think so. Let's go for 1/8. And again, 1/8 is a step up from the 7/64 bit that we used in the first place. Let's get a focus on this and try and look at both sides. You can definitely tell. Yeah. I don't think we want to go much bigger than that. That doesn't really leave anything there. A hard drop might even break through that, but I don't know if it hit right on it. Let's go ahead and we're going to carefully drill this side. This is the one that has the bump part of the handle sticking out in the way. We're going to drill cautiously. Got a little bit of a casualty and some burrs on this side that we need to clean up. Let's go ahead. We're going to pull our 1/8 inch bit. We're going to grab 9/64 and see if we can't deburr it some by hand. Our 7/60. 9/64. Where is the 7? Is there? 9/64. Let's attempt to deburr these a little. It'll take all night doing it that way. Alright, let's go ahead and run it forward a little, then backward. And with that 1/8 inch bit, we now have access with the file, which is good. We can use this to deburr the edge of the hole. Why we want to do that is we don't want this burred up edge cutting through our wax cord anchor point, not anchor points, anchors. Let's clean this up just a little more on this edge here. The strap should never go too close to the inside, not saying, or the camera body is not going to be wrapped down in around here. Not saying it couldn't, a burr couldn't cut through the cord at that point, but I'm just going to clean off what we can. They do make a deburring tool. Yeah, I don't have one of those. Love to get one. However, we use the X-Acto to cut big burrs off and use our file to clean off the other ones. Alright, 1/8 inch bit. Fits through both sides. We're trying to deburr it with 9/64, I think. I think that's not bad. Let me check one more up here. And then this side here. Alright. Let's take a moment and clean hands off, clean up any little bits of metal here again. And attempt the anchor points. I just think they were very small on the A5100, so yeah, anybody trying to do it without enlarging them kudos to you for smashing your anchor points that small. We do have some metal, very tiny metal shavings, so sayonara. We don't want you and our fingers anywhere near us. Once again, very quickly, we're going to hit the inside of this with the file lightly. Trying to get rid of any burrs. Alright, let's trust that. Let's see what kind of very limited success will we have in mangling one of these and getting it through there. Remember, we do have this thing, so let's attempt to pull it through with this little makeshift piece of scrap spring steel from under a keyboard. We're going to go ahead and we will smash that slightly, and let's feed it through the camera, or through the camera, through the anchor point, and now we'll see if we can work that, at least pull it through, work it through some kind of way. Somewhat successful on that one, I have to say. I was honestly thinking we would have to take it up one more size, and we didn't, thankfully. All right. Now, granted, you could hold your camera and get it to smack into it like that, but you can also kind of tighten it down and hold it out of the way. So there are a few ways to deal with these. If you're the type of person that wants a strap, I wouldn't recommend pulling these on and off, at least not on this camera. Let's go ahead. You know what? We're going to try. Do we try it with that? Nah, we'll just put this through. We're going to try it without smashing it. I want to see, can we literally just pull it through without smashing? Well, it's fairly tight in there, huh? All right. And guess what? We just snapped our hook. Look at that. Look at that. Useless. It's alright. We've got one more end to it here. We can try. Probably not going to happen. Not without pinching myself or some kind of injury. And say, if that just broke, I'll be amazed. Alright, does our spring still fit? Yes, it does. Alright, let's attempt one more. We just want to open this slightly, enough to get our strap in here. Like so. And can we put it through? Can we put it through without flattening it? That's the goal. Put it through here without flattening it. Okay, no flattening with pliers, just pulling on one side. Let's go ahead and attach this one. And I think we'll leave it right about like that. Some slack. Okay, not entirely quiet, but not as floppy as these things when it comes to a camera. When it comes to a camera, what would you rather have? Honestly, let's take this in. You want these little flippy floppy triangles? How about some without the plastic? Or those? Or those? I'm gonna say not bad. Got it. And in case you're wondering, where is, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Where is number 4? Well, give me a moment here. Alright, let's get back to where's number 4? It's already on the 6300. So we went ahead and did this to that first, like a dummy. A loser, you moron. What are you doing? You're killing your better camera first. Oh, it's disgusting. You shouldn't even have that camera, right? Well, hey, I wanted the straps on there, you know? Not those little clicky-clacky things. Ah, I can't stand those things. They're so annoying. But hey, maybe Peak Design will come out with a smaller version of these. Heck, you know what? Maybe they already did. The Sony edition. The Alpha edition. There's your naming scheme, Peak Design. Do it. Let's see which way we went through. Funny enough, we went through the opposite way from the A6300 over to the A5100. Let's go ahead, work on pulling that through. Definitely a task though, and trying. So I don't know how else to say it other than, I guess, make sure you want these things before you go through the pain of putting them on a Sony camera. You know? Because it is not fun. Granted, you could probably just smash them and grease them up, soap, whatever it is you want to use, and then you could go ahead and put your little ears on your camera that way. You know, put the little ears on it that way. So there you have it. There is A6300, A5100. We didn't drill this one on screen, but they're on there, and I guarantee we did this one first instead of the $200 camera used. We went with the more expensive model first, but that's okay. All's well. Both cameras still function, still work. All's well that ends well. Let's get this stuff out of here for a moment and check out our strap. So let's raise you up to get you out of the way somewhat. Are you there? Of course you are. I knew you could do it, little Sony. You didn't let me down. Alright. Peak Design Slide Light. I don't like the slide as much as this one. I don't know, something about this. I like the skinnier straps, I guess. So yeah, you just basically put these in, press down, and then they lock into place. Let's go ahead and get close up, a little closer anyhow, for this one. It's not what I meant. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, man. Snap this one in, basically. Very simple. Put it in here, push down, slide it forward. It locks. It's not coming back out. Let's do that again. So you literally just throw it in, press down, push forward, and it locks in place. This is the slide. Let's back this out some. The slide camera strap. Slide light, I guess, is the name. Again, not sponsored by Peak Design or nothing. I just happen to like some of the products. But what it is, it has these little buckle handles that it's not really any locking mechanism, but what it does is help you, when you grab the strap, you can take and slide it very easily to adjust. But you don't even need to unlock it. It doesn't lock it. You can literally just slide it with the little buckle still in place, up or down. It will still move, whether up, whether down. It will 100%. We are locked. Here's from the side, or in what appears to be a locked position. Either way, take your pick, and you can still slide it. So, yeah. This is just like a little assist. It just gives you a little bit of assistance pulling while you're wearing it. It does make it very, very handy. I cannot lie about that. Very simple mechanism, very quick to put a camera strap on and off. Anyhow, that's that. We officially drilled a Sony A5100 on camera. We got our little goofy ears on 2 cameras now. So yeah, have a good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Surely it's one of those. If you needed a strap on your camera, hopefully it wasn't this tough to do it. You should never ever should you have to bring in the can you zoom that in? You should never need to bring in the camera mechanic cordless drill for stuff to work. That's an official brand, camera mechanic. So yeah. Anyhow, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Enjoy it. Hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully putting a strap on your camera is not this tough. If you know somebody else that needs help, give them a hand doing it. Doing this type of stuff. If it's not a passion, not a hobby, not enjoyable, then I would say you're probably doing the wrong thing. Make it fun, spread it, share it, get it out there. Thanks for stopping over, hanging out. I appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think, for sure. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Anyhow, have a good one.